If you're feeding in ordinary data, you're going to get ordinary outputs. And I think you're going to see a real bubble of MMM. And there's 3 different platforms that we use depending on what the outcome is and what we need to report on. MMM off the shelf, again, it's that copy and paste. Feed in your data sources and that's what it looks like and that's what you get. But if you're feeding in ordinary data, you're going to get ordinary outputs. And I think you're going to see a real bubble of MMM.
Yep.
You're going to have a lot of people go to it, but you're also going to have a lot of people flee just as fast as soon as they start optimizing for what's not working, and they will no longer believe in that platform, which will be a challenge, I think, for MMM in the next 2-3 years. But I think they're right in the peak of harvest or coming into right now. You need to have the right data inputs as well, and it needs to be incredibly robust because if you're missing one data source, it's actually critical to the whole model. It changes the learnings 300%. Like you've got to have the right inputs, and that's where you need someone to actually create a customized model for you and making sure that you've got all the right inputs. So that's where I look at MMM. It's great, but it's got to be highly customized to your category, your business, and your industry. So I do think I'm very positive on an MMM, but there's few that are doing it well. And if you're looking at, any of your MTAs or like, again, I go back to a conversation I had with one of the heads of Google, which a good friend of mine, and this was about 18 months ago. And he's like, Jono, the interesting thing about, full funnel attribution is that around the world, we feel at Google there's about 10 brands that are actually getting close to it, and they've built the platforms themselves. Everyone else is just making themselves feel good. People want certainty. Humans crave certainty. It's part of life. We want to wake up in the morning, know that there's food in the cupboard, our shower and water's going to run. We crave certainty, and marketers, they need to give certainty to the organization when making calls. So there's going to be more and more demand for these style of products. The challenge is most of these products aren't going to give you, 100% certainty of what's working, what's not. At best, you're probably sitting at that 75-80% of a good read of this is what's showing positive signs. But on the flip side as well, the market is changing so fast. What worked last month, things are changing overnight. You've got literally last night's announcement with Putin. That changes things overnight. You've got changes to interest rates happening repeatedly, food shortages. The market is shifting so fast that you need to be looking out the front as much as you're looking out the back.